YouTube, it's Mike here. Thought I'd show you my fire pit. I retired my propane barbecue some time ago because I tried cooking on some wood and then I couldn't kind of go back to using a regular propane barbecue. So basically what we'll do is we'll get down in here and have a look. Here you'll see there, concrete block, 1, 2, 3 holes. It's laying on its side. And one of the holes is left open. The other two are been packed full of ash over time. And I have more like that basically all the way around the very bottom. And then what I did was I used chunks of garbage, and from that hole that's open, I made a little square opening, and being out in the dirt here, it stays kind of cool. There's another one, and the other thing I do is I have just blocks that I can chuck over them and control some airflow. So the idea is the ground around the holes stays cool, allowing the air to drop to feed air into the main fire area where the heat will rise and draw in more fresh air from the bottom. And by being able to close the blocks off and having this fairly deep, I don't know if you can tell if say I put my arm in, like it's right my full forearm length and a hand. So yeah, that's it. I mean, it's a basic fire pit, except I tried to put a little science in behind it, you know, get some airflow going. So this way, the idea is I can get a good roaring fire going, throw some hardwood in the top, use some garbage wood to get the heat, and then I can close it up and kind of smolder away. I do have a sealed cover I put over it, or like just a flat piece of tin, and I can almost make charcoal doing that. Not that I ever go full bore, but I'll use the tin to get to that charcoal state, kind of like cook the wood, I guess you could say. Get a good fire going, cover it over, block my intake holes, let her smolder for a little bit, and then go ahead and cook on it. Keeps it from flaring.
Yeah,
so maybe I'll have to check back with you here again today. I'm gonna do some steaks and some salmon for supper, and I'll probably do some potatoes.
And my mom will be here for 2 hours.
My assistant will help me, and his mother will be here, my wife, and see what happens. All right, getting lighter up here. Thanks, ciao.
Who is
that? Okay, I don't know if you can really see it or not. Down on the bottom here, I've used, around here we call it Manitoba maple. It's a soft maple, that weed tree. Dry it out, burns like paper, goes like crazy. I got some stuff that was about a year old, and I'd cut it and piled it in a bush and pulled it out. And then when my guy brings me my wood chips for my garden, which I have a video on, I told him if he wants, he can throw whatever chunk wood other people haven't picked up, and I'll use it up. And so what's on the top here is actually fresh sugar maple. So if it's going to burn, it's not going to burn real fast and hot, which is, I think, going to be fairly nice for cooking food on. I'm kind of hoping the moisture will keep the heat from hitting the food so directly, but I can feel from where I'm at right now that there's a lot of heat pouring out of there. Now, whether that's that really dry, soft maple that I use to start the fire, or whether it's the maple just burning real slow and hot, I'm not sure. And I may actually grab my piece of tin and cover the fire and let her kind of superheat for a bit. But yeah, it's going, it's working. It stays nice and cool in the holes here. If I come back, I don't know if you can kind of see, there's a hole here, a hole over here, a hole here, and a hole here. There's 4 of them. And the other nice thing about having it like that is if there's a wind, I can kind of pick the direction that I cover the holes in to kind of damp things down or guide it a little better. So that's that. I'll check back with you later on. Maybe I'll show you the food cooking. All right, so this is a cover. Actually, it's a little different than I normally use. This is a standard metal garbage can lid. But you can see there from the ultra wet wood that I had that I've basically got charcoal and a bit of wood burning still. We're not quite ready to cook yet, so I'm going to add some more of the wet maple or fresh maple, whatever you want to call it, stump wood split, and recover it and see what happens here. Give it another hour to re-cure, but you can see that's a pretty awesome cooking fire right there. Nothing too wild, but hot, hot, hot. And here we are, just about at the end results. Coming up, got potatoes in tin foil, got some steaks on here, and this is how I like to do my fish. This is like a clamp basket thing. So there's a big chunk of salmon in there. There's some on sale steaks. And so yeah, the potatoes we grew, I got carrots in the house that we grew, and gonna be an interesting good supper. I'm glad you're not here. Doc. That's how you do it. See?